Made a point to me, the Plymouth and Poole rider. He said to me, you know, it was difficult to pass there, so there was pressure on the boys at the start. Is that a valid point in the rider's defence, Kel?
Well, there is pressure on the start everywhere, Nigel, but particularly at Berwick, I will agree with that, but it doesn't excuse the fact that riders were trying to anticipate the start on a regular basis. You're just not going to get away with it, that's the bottom line.
I think it's fair to say that it did ruin the start of the meeting on Monday.
It did, yes.
At Berwick.
Yes.
So here we go, second race of the night, second time of asking. Stuart Dixon is the team manager here at Glasgow Tigers. He's a former promoter, used to own the club, used to co-own the club with Alan Dick. Now actually still part of the club as team manager and does work on the track here too. Second race, here we go. And they're away this time. Now, who's made the best start? It's a good one from gate number 3 in blue, and Danny Ayres is there in the banking. Ayres has got that advantage now. Second place in white here is Max Clegg from Edinburgh. Third in red is Fernando García for Glasgow, and Dan Bewley is at the back right now. Glasgow standing on a 4-2 after the first lap.
Yeah, gate 3 working well again. He did for Sam Masters in heat 1, and Danny Ayres takes full advantage of that. Max Clegg is coming on strong in second place. Garcia back in third and Bewley at the back. But Danny Ayres, possibly with the experience of heat 1, is taking advantage of that, using the banking, using gate 3. The home team on a 4-2. They'll be pleased with this.
Yeah, Danny Ayres, who also rides for the Kent Kings in the National League. Very popular rider up here at Glasgow, though. It's quite a jaunt, isn't it? Kent on a Monday and Glasgow for his Premier League business, but he's riding quite beautifully here. Second race of the night for Glasgow.
There again, his frame of mind is such that he's good everywhere. That's what it boils down to. Yeah.
Right, sir. Thanks, Harry.
You will.
Alikakis, who up until last year was actually the chairman of British Speedway, did 6 years in that role, very demanding. I'm sure he's found it to be a bit of a relief not to have that on his plate any longer. He is the Edinburgh co-promoter and team manager. Kevin Volberg goes off the inside in white, with Richard Lawson gate 2 in red for Glasgow, Max Clegg gate 3 in yellow for Edinburgh, and Fernando Garcia comes in for Nike Luna in the blue helmet here, heat number 6. Lawson off 2 will fancy the win.
He will indeed. Kevin Volberg was pretty impressive himself as well. Both of those two boys had second places first time out, so it could be quite a clash that. Richard Lawson has been riding well for the Tigers this year. Was here last year as well. His father was an absolute superstar for the Glasgow Tigers.
All-time leading scorer.
Yeah, quite possibly then top rider in history. Can his son reproduce that now?
Here we go, heat number 6 it is, and Lawson's made a good one off 2, but Volberg's there. Now, Volberg has hit the lead. What about the man in blue, Garcia? He's coming around the outside, he's looking good here now. Glasgow are on a 5-1. Richard Lawson is an intelligent rider as well. You can be sure that he'll look over his shoulder. He will look out for his teammate and partner in blue, Fernando Garcia, the Argentinian. This is great stuff from Glasgow. They have a 5-1 situation, and Lawson is protecting Garcia superbly.
Fantastic opening lap and a half from Richard Lawson. He has ridden a stormer there. He's allowed his less inexperienced rider Garcia to get to the front, and he's covering all the angles. Kevin Wilbert doesn't really quite know where to ride. The German is still having a go, but Garcia out in front, coming in for the rider replacement ride, is doing the business. Richard Lawson, this is exceptional speedway from him.
Team riding from Glasgow. Richard Lawson in second place, protecting Garcia from the challenge of Volberg. They get a 5-1 and the homestand erupts here. Glasgow break the deadlock in heat number 6 with Richard Lawson and Fernando Garcia getting the 5-1, the back straight celebrations. That is a huge boost for Glasgow. Great team riding. It's a lost art in many ways, but Lawson just held back and allowed Garcia to kick on. East of England showground, a lot of speedway over 2 days there. Entertainment on the Saturday night as well. Should be a cracking weekend for Premier League fans.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the Edinburgh and Glasgow fans will make a weekend of it down there at the East of England showground too. Aaron Summers goes off the inside in red. Eric Riss goes off gate 2. Garcia is out here again in blue off gate number 3. Ryan Fisher goes off the outside in yellow and black. We've got a good meeting on our hands here.
We have indeed,
We're pleased about that, because it wasn't quite the best on Monday when we saw Berwick against Workington. Not the best speedway on show on Monday night.
No, it wasn't. We've seen better than that. The outside two gates working better than the inside two gates. Fairly clear cut there, and they'll be interested to see if somebody can manage to win a race. Aaron Summers won from gate 4 in his opening ride, the captain of the Glasgow Tigers, and there's no question that he'll be looking to try and come up with something a bit better this time from the inside. Can he be the first man to win from gate 1? Eric Riss, who finished 3rd in his opening ride, he goes out of gate 2, and they'll be interested to see if Garcia can back up his previous ride.
Here we go then, heat number 7 it is. Can Edinburgh bounce back here from the outside gate? It's a good start from the man in white, Eric Riss, but going high into the dirt is Fernando Garcia. On the inside now is Ryan Fisher. He has that advantage. Fisher for the Edinburgh Monarchs has the lead, and my goodness, he locked up there, and it forced Garcia and Summers to lock up as well to avoid him. Eric Riss is in the back right now, but Ryan Fisher of the USA on his way to a second successive win here.
It looks like this time Nigel is really winding it on out in front. Aaron Summers back in 3rd. Eric Riss made a good start initially, but then got swamped coming out of the first corner. The American is doing sterling work for his team here this evening. Really pushing on. Said he wasn't really trying that hard in his first ride. I sense he's trying a touch harder here because he isn't being charged down. He's pulling away out in front.
Yeah, good ride here for the man in yellow and black, Ryan Fisher, riding quite beautifully. All the commentary, these men had a spell with the Plymouth Devils as well. But here for Edinburgh makes it 2 wins on the trot. What a ride from Ryan Fisher. He's keeping the flag flying for the Edinburgh Monarchs here. And they need him, they need mass.
I think so, yeah. So
your bike looks very exciting to ride though. When you're back into the dirt, the bike just wants to take off on you.
yeah, the first corner when I make the start, I don't know, I just think about, yeah, you come on, go in that dirt, but it doesn't look that heavy what it is. So I just hit that, and yeah, it was quite good.
Great stuff. Well done, Kevin. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, Kevin Rolbo, a good rider, isn't he? He's been in British Speedway a while now.
Yeah, solid rider, and reading your notes, Nigel, prior to this meeting, he wins at least 2 races on most evenings, so he's got 1 in the bag, and he'll be looking for his second one when he gets out there again.
I wouldn't rely on my notes, by the way, they're not always accurate. Garcia,
maybe I'm wrong, sorry.
Garcia off the inside. I've seen how you feel of programming.
Thanks,
Garcia
mate.
off the inside, Fisher off 2, Lawson goes off 3, and Eric Riss going off the outside. Now, bit of pressure again on Ryan Fisher.
Yes.
Can Lawson come to the party for the Glasgow Tigers off gate 3? Fisher, unbeaten so far, Kel.
Brilliant first corner last time from Ryan Fisher. He swapped to the inside and really made a real good effort there. Richard Lawson, who rode supremely well last time out doing some team riding. This could be quite a clash here.
Here we go, Craig Ackroyd, the man with the finger on the button, and Ryan Fisher has made another good start. Gives the opportunity to go wide, and that is a super ride from Ryan Fisher. He's done a lot of hard work there already. Coming up the inside, he's Eric Riss battling away with Garcia here. Riss has just come through into 3rd spot. 4-2 to Edinburgh. Stays like this, they're going to narrow it to 2 points with 5 to go.
What a race meeting we've got on here. Richard Lawson is coming on strong in 2nd place. Fabulous first corner once again from Ryan Fisher. Really did roll the dice and ran around the outside. Eric Riss is a lot more competitive this time. He's got himself into 3rd place. Richard Lawson now having a sneaky look over his left shoulder just to see exactly where the German is. Ryan Fisher, the American, riding strongly, looking like he wants his 3rd win of the night. Richard Lawson, can he do anything about it?
He's high in the dirt, and we're in the last lap. He's into turn 3 and 4. Ryan Fisher of the USA and the Edinburgh Monarchs gets the victory.
Whoa.
Edinburgh close the gap to 2 points with 5 heats. The first time we've featured it here on Sky Sports, and something tells me it may not be the last, as we really are seeing some tense racing, a terrific atmosphere with people of all ages in the crowd enjoying themselves here. Of course, the schools are on holiday now here in Scotland. They broke up last week, so a lot of kids here tonight. Here's the lineup. Sam Masters in heat number 11 off the inside. Aaron Summers goes off gate 2 in red. Mark Riss, gate 3 in yellow. And Fernando Garcia is taking his 5th race of the night. He goes off the outside in blue now. Stuart Dixon under pressure, watching on, trying to stay cool, but I'll tell you what, the nerves will be jangling there.
Well, they are, because, you know, there's been so much investment in this club and so much effort going in, and with your local rivals in town, they really do want to win the meeting, and for them to lose at home, it will be a big blow. it'll be a hard one to overcome, and the Monarchs, who are used to winning, they've come here, they've resisted the challenge so far, and they're hanging in there. Masters, top man, he's on the inside gate. He's ridden supremely well so far. Summers is pushing hard, he's the captain of the home team. It's really, really tense stuff.
Bitter rivalry, Glasgow, Edinburgh. 2 points in at the moment of the start, and the red lights surely have got to come on. No, they haven't. No, the red lights have not come on. Clearly Craig Ackroyd feeling that Sam Masters punished himself there. Glasgow have the advantage. It's Garcia in blue. It's Summers in red. Masters is the man in white, and he's at the back, and that's a crushing blow for the Edinburgh Monarchs.
Yeah, it did look like Masters just moved momentarily, but quite right, well, I've just punished himself up wrist. Oh! Summers out of shape. Very nearly ran at the back of his partner. Garcia has been a busy lad this evening. He's out in front, but this is a huge moment. That team talk from Stuart Dixon seems to be paying off because they've responded, and they've responded brilliantly.
Need to see a replay of that start for sure. Many referees would have just pulled it back. Craig Ackroyd, though, to be fair to him, has felt clearly that Sam Masters has punished himself there. Let the race go, and it's a 5-1 to the Glasgow Tigers. Crowd are delighted with that. Perfectly timed. Right place, right time. Aaron Summers, Fernando Garcia, and Glasgow open up a 6-point lead with 4 races to go.
Brilliant stuff from the home team. They were under a lot of pressure there. The Monarchs have been riding so well, really have put an awful lot of pressure on them, and they responded in fine style. It was a hugely important 5-1. It's not over. Believe me, it's not over, because you just sense there's more to come. Masters has got more racing to do. So has Ryan Fisher. He's out in Heat 14. But right now, after that team talk, you can ask for no more than that, and they come up with a very valuable 5-1.
The key talking point here was the start. The referee did not pull it back. He's got reason for that. I suspect it's because he felt Sam Masters in the white helmet moved, punished himself, and therefore let the race go. 5-1 Glasgow, 36-30 Kelf.
Well, if that is the case, then that was a very good decision from Craig Ackroyd. Let's have a look. He did jump, there's no doubt about it, he did jump, and then Aaron Summers made an absolutely beautiful start. Yeah, he's rolling there and he's a touch fortunate, but you're spot on, Nigel. He doesn't gain any advantage. Aaron Summers, who lifts and lifts again, but is away and gets the better of his compatriot there and gets over the top of him. And then Garcia around the outside is a hero. He joins his teammate.
Got to say, if Masters hit the front there, Craig Ackroyd could more than likely have called that back for a restart.
Almost certainly. But I'll tell you what, that was a really good decision, that, because we didn't get any delay, and we were able to get away with it. And the home team moving on to a very useful 5-1. Terrific stuff.
Raise the roof. Aaron Summers is with Chris Louis.
Thanks, Nigel. Aaron, in the context of the pressure that everybody's under up here, that was a massive 5 points.
Yeah, definitely. You know, knew what I'd do in the first corner and trapped Sam. You know, he's quick round here, and got that job done. And looked over, and Cody was there, so that was good.
A lot of the talk about that race has been the movement at the start from Sam Masters. Did you feel that? Did you notice it or not?
Yeah, it sort of sucked me in a little bit. You know, it was pretty close to catching the. Well, I thought I was going to get the helmet with the tapes, but I just missed it, so I was lucky.
He disadvantaged himself, so right call from the referee.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I was kind of waiting on a red light, but I was glad when I was out in front, so it's good for me.
Great stuff. Well done.
Cheers. Thanks, Paul from NGK. Cheers.
Yeah, great stuff from Aaron Summers there. And Garcia down at reserve, you know, he's got 9 points from 5 rides now. Huge contribution down in the reserve berth.
Yeah, the man from Argentina has done terrifically well. But just picking up on what Aaron Summers said there, when you're on gate 2 and you're actually looking across the front wheel of the rider on gate 1 that's moving, he can actually make you pull in. You know, he'll move and then stop and you'll go. And Aaron Summers actually said that he felt like he was being sucked in, so quite possibly both of them got away with that a little bit, but it was a good decision, because although Masters was rolling, he actually penalised himself and finished at the back. Garcia has been terrific, the man there with the blue helmet colour on. He's had a great He's
going
great
again
night.
here, Kelf. They've put him in for Danny Ayres here as a reserve switch. No major surprise.
No surprise at all, because Ayres has faded as the night has gone on. He had that sort of moment of brilliance in Heat 2 and celebrated, and maybe used up all his energy then, because he hasn't been able to get amongst the points subsequently. Garcia's been great. We don't see that many riders coming across from Argentina now. Back in the 80s, you know, that was big time speedway there in the winter. You could have a really profitable tour there. And,
did you go?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Really had a great time.
Well, what tracks were there in Argentina, Kel?
Playa Blanca was the main one, and we used to ride there all the time. It's just south of Rio, and no, really good. Buenos Aires, I mean, silly boy. Yeah.
Rio's Brazil.
Exactly, Buenos Aires, and we used to go there on a regular basis. It was terrific. Really was good.
Brilliant. And of course, Carlos Villa was at Berwick. He's Argentinian and badly hurt ultimately, as quite a few riders does happen to. But obviously we continue to wish him well. Here we see Max Clegg in yellow and black here, heat number 12. And Richie Worrell and Fernando García up against Eric Riss and Max Clegg. And this could be another big race here for the Glasgow Tigers. On paper, they do look the stronger pairing here. Clegg off the inside, Worrell off 2. Eric Riss goes off 3. And then it's Fernando García going off the outside.
Well, both of those two riders in the middle two gates were my men to watch. And initially, Worrell was poor. And Riss, who has also only picked up 2 points. So, in truth, he needs to come to the party now. Massive pressure on Eric Riss, who's had a disappointing night. He's better than that. He's been riding a lot better than that. He's made good starts this evening, but hasn't had the speed on the track. So Eric Riss coming out of gate 3, you've got to say after the 5-1 by the home team in the previous race, he needs to come to the party and hit the front. He's up against 2 riders now that are going well. Garcia in particular has had an outstanding evening.
As indeed, a close contest tonight, as opposed to Monday when we saw Berwick tear apart Workington.
Yeah.
The Bandits were absolutely ruthless around Shieldfield Park, and they're going to take some stopping round there this year. Heat 12, 36-30 in favour of the Glasgow Tigers. Can they build on that lead here? A big race coming up. There's only 4 heats remaining in this Scottish derby now. Pressure on Riss in white and Clegg in yellow and black for the Edinburgh Monarchs. What can Worrell and Garcia do in red and blue for the Glasgow Tigers now? It's a fast start there.
Jumped it.
Well, the red lights have not come on. The referee has allowed him to go, but it looked to me as though Richie Worrell got an absolute flyer there. Second place, Eric Riss. Third is Max Clegg. And the back this time is Garcia. And if it stays like this, there'll be 6 points in it with 3 to go. But here comes Garcia now, round the outside of Max Clegg. He's got the drive in the dirt. He's got the 3rd spot. That's a 4-2 to Glasgow. That would extend their lead to 8 points with 3 races to go.
Yeah, it could be a vital move there. Garcia once again playing a vital role back in 3rd place. Richie Worrell, well, what a start that was. If he was standstill, 3rd place for him, because it all did look like he did get a roller. Eric Riss back in 2nd place. Worrell doing a good job in front. Garcia back in 3rd place. This is a decisive move from the home team. A 5-1 backed up by a 4-2. Well, terrific.
Yeah, great ride indeed from Richie Worrell, but I thought it looked as though he got a jet-propelled start there again. Something to look. It won't be a last heat decider now, but Edinburgh can still take a point if they lose by 6 or less. Heat 14, Ryan Fisher off the inside gate. Cody Garcia is off gate number 2 in blue for Glasgow. Daniel Bewley, gate 3 in yellow for Edinburgh. Ready back outside for Glasgow. We await the arrival of Garcia. He's just come down the back straight now, so he will be ready for action.
Busy boy.
Yeah, he certainly is.
Very
this is
busy.
his 7th outing now.
Yeah, and he's done a great job for his team.
Borrowed bike.
He's on a borrowed bike. Well, the first one's obviously given up the ghost. He's coming round. It looks like Richie Worrell's bike is coming out on, so he'll be hoping that that works a treat for him. But it's been a really good night. The Monarchs have just run out of steam. Just when they got within 2 points, the big 5-1 subsequently by the home team has really got them on a bit of a march. At Heat 10 it was 31-29, in Heat 11 they came up with that 5-1, and from that moment on the home team have been in control.
Certainly have. Heat number 14 is coming up here. Ryan Fisher off the inside in white. Can he make the start? It's not the best gate in terms of race wins. Here we go. And Fisher has made a decent one that time. He's got the better of Garcia, but switching up the inside, he's running back in red. Now Garcia! What a move! Ryan Fisher almost comes off the bike. Garcia the reserve, up against Ryan Fisher. I'll tell you what, there's a little bit of niggle creeping in between these two teams.
There is now. Ryan Fisher slammed against the fence down the back straight in E14. García out in front of Foreign Equipment, made a great start. Ryan Fisher coming on strong in second place. This race is going to be entertaining. Fisher pushing so hard in second. García, 7th ride of the night. Can he hang on?
Well, Fernando García from Argentina could well be the match winner tonight for the Glasgow Tigers. Down at reserve, he's looking good for a 3rd win. Fisher won't be happy, but my goodness me, Glasgow are on their way to a famous victory in the Scottish Derby. Down to the checkered flag, the Argentinian ace Fernando García down at reserve ensures that the Glasgow Tigers are going to take maximum points from this match tonight. Glasgow now 12 points ahead with 1 race to go. Superb ride from Fernando García of Argentina.
Well, fantastic when you consider he came out on a bike he hasn't ridden before. What a ride that was, because Ryan Fisher has had a really good night. Heat 14, Ryan Fisher was the red-hot favourite, and the man in his 7th ride on borrowed equipment comes out and rides an absolute stormer. Sensational performance from the Argentinian tonight, and the home team have turned it around in the last 4 or 5 races. They stamped their authority on this meeting. Such rivalry between these two teams now, and it has been an entertaining night, but the home team have just got the better of it when it really mattered. Stuart Dixon in the pits was worried. You could sense it. The tone of his voice really summed it up. But young Garcia, didn't know much about him before I got here. We all know about him now. We know he's a tenacious man who wants to make his mark in Speedway. Great stuff from him.
And what an atmosphere. The celebrations in that main stand on the home straight. Garcia, Fisher back, Bewley. 4-2 Glasgow, lead by 12 with 1 to go. Speedway is alive and kicking in Scotland. Glasgow and Edinburgh putting on a great show for us tonight.
They are indeed. Fisher makes a start initially up the banking, but look at this young Garcia up the inside, slams the door shut. Fisher running down the fence. That was so tight. As they go, we've got to see it again. Ryan Fisher up the banking, Garcia reads it beautifully. He then rides across in front of him, and Fisher, slams against the fence. He does well to stay on the bike. I sense he was a touch annoyed with that, because he then tries to block past him. He keeps charging up the inside, and the more experienced man keeps pushing. Garcia on Worrell's bike. He's definitely going for it out in front. Super Speedway. Heat 14 goes the way of Garcia.
The hand of Garcia does the business for Glasgow. He is with Chris Louis.
And he's very much a happy boy. Katie, it was a tough race with Ryan Fisher there. You must have felt the pressure for 4 laps.
Yeah, well, he tried to give me a hard one the first bend, so I just take over him in the end of the corner. It was quite nice to ride. I mean, it was nice to win with another bike.
Yeah, I was going to say, because obviously you rode Richie Worrell's bike, last-minute problems with yours, and you said you were quite pleased with it. You look pleased with it.
Well, I must say that his setup is better than my one. The bike was pulling me, even in the slick, my bike just worked in the dirt, so it was better.
And yourself, Nico Corvatti from Argentina here racing in the UK right now, enjoying yourself up in Glasgow?
Oh, definitely. I mean, obviously it's nice to have Nico here in UK all the time. We speak on the phone. It's a good friend, so always it's nice.
And you seem to have a very good relationship with the Glasgow fans?
Oh, definitely. I love this place, so what can I do?
Well done, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Fernando Garcia as popular here as Ozzy Ardiles and Ricky Villa were at Tottenham, it seems. Absolutely brilliant performance. 7 rides, 3 wins, a match winner.
Absolutely, and he looks remarkably calm because he's come up with some very strong rides tonight. Ryan Fisher is an intimidating rider out there. The way he kept pushing up the inside, he makes his presence felt, and Garcia was aware of him, but he kept the throttle wound on a strange bike, clearly happy with it, but managed to hang on out in front. Dramatic scenes in the opening lap, of course, when Fisher was running down the kickboards, down the back straight here. It's been an entertaining night, and young Fernando Garcia has ridden supremely well.
Meet at Armadale Stadium, of course. It's Rider of the Night, Man of the Match presentation here, and no surprise that Fernando Garcia is the man, and that young man, well, he is going to be remembering that, making the trophy presentation. Well,